You're watching Aspic TV and this is XCR Racing. Less than 100 days out from the London Games, the Victorian Cross Country Relay Championships at Jells Park took on a distinctly Olympic flavour and ensured that the XCR'12 season kicked off with a bang. With all four set to line up in London, the confirmation of Geelong's Craig Mottram and Knox's Jeff Risley, Kayla McKnight and Zoe Buckman for the round one encounter ensured anticipation among the record 1,008 competitors was at an all-time high. The day's program featured both 6km and 3km relay events on an undulating circuit across both wide-open expanses and sheltered woodland areas. Open and men's under-20 athletes competed 2 laps per leg, while junior and women's under-20 athletes completed 1. As the first leg of the men's Division 1 race got underway, it was a group of 5 that led the field through the early stages, before Athletics Essendon started to stretch out towards the halfway mark through Mitch Brown. Countering the charge on lap 2, however, was Geelong Region's Nick Whiteman and reigning XCR champion Steve Kelly of Box Hill, who pegged back the lead and began to move clear of Brown late into the second lap.
Nice happy smile before the...
It looked as though it would be those two to lead into the changeover, but in the final stretch Brown summoned one last charge to snatch back the advantage and tag first for Essendon. With the tight finish between the 3 leading teams, there was daylight back to 4th and 5th, with Glen Huntley's Luke Hennessy and South Melbourne's Wand Wozen-Galetta tagging almost simultaneously. Back at the front of the field, the battle was on between Box Hill and Essendon, with Daniel Clark blazing away from Mark Blixarves in the early stages of the second leg. Geelong still held third through Colin Thornton, but it was now Knox Athletics who started to make their move into fourth through Craig Appleby. By late in the second leg, it was Blixarves who held the advantage for Essendon as Clark slid back into second.
Have a good one, mate. Easy to start with, Wallace. Easy to start with.
And through a strong leg from James Attard, the new Ballarat region team had made their way into third by the changeover. By the halfway mark of the third leg, Wallet Akurtu still held the lead for Essendon, but Kyle Martin-Alcade had closed the gap for Box Hill and was poised to strike. Through Rowan Walker and Jordan Nelson, Geelong and Knox had also pulled their way back to third and fourth. It was through the second lap that Martin-Alcade made the move he had been threatening to all along, opening up a clear advantage on Akurtu before handing over to Steve Deneen. By the time Sam Crowther took the tag for Knox, his team had made its way into third, with Geelong and Ballarat occupying 4th and 5th.
By the last lead, we got mucked.
What's up, Nico? Come on it. Steve!
While Deneen held a comfortable lead for Box Hill, strong running from Crowther saw him close the gap back to Essendon's Ryan Geared by the early stages of lap 2.
There, Barry?
Yep.
200 metres up, this one we're in the
Good! Shane! Good job, brother.
With XCR's favourite son Steve Monaghetti clawing back ground for Ballarat, Geelong now found itself in 5th. But the big guns were just getting ready to fire in the penultimate leg. Another strong run for Knox, courtesy of Kane Willie, saw them take the lead for the first time in the race on lap 1. By this stage, Mottram had Geelong into third and was closing fast, but Knox had a star of its own waiting in the wings in Jeff Risley. Risley took the tag with Knox still well in front. Geelong into second at the final change after a lightning run of 17 minutes 28 from Mottram, the fastest individual time for the day. When Barry Lynch tagged to Chris Hamer with Box Hill in third, it looked as though he may have been left with an impossible task, but a cracking first lap saw him within striking distance of Geelong's Brady Threlfall. Suddenly, it seemed Box Hill might just be in with a chance. While the 6 kilometre journey was outside his comfort zone, Jeff Risley put on a brave face for the cameras out in front. But with Hamer tearing past Threlfall and continuing to close, the threat of a Box Hill upset continued to grow.
Let's go, Hamer! Hamer.
As the final ascent approached, Hamer stormed into the lead, and from there on there was no looking back. He ran on to take the win for Box Hill by almost a minute. His incredible individual effort of 17 minutes 39 surpassed only by Mottram. Risley ran on bravely to take second for Knox, just managing to hold off a fast-finishing Brady Threlfall, who took third for Geelong.
Dan, a lot of talk on the social media networks leading into this one. The Box Hill boys were talking it up and they managed to deliver on the day.
Oh, I think just quietly the Box Hill boys were confident. I think it was one Jeff Risley was really getting stuck into the Box Hill team. But like Blickarv said to me, Knox talked the talk, Box Hill walked the walk. So yeah, it was good to see.
A fantastic all-round team effort from you guys, but Chris Hamer, a real standout today. I think 17:37 on the last leg to chase Risley down for the win. That's a fantastic effort. Yeah,
look, I thought Risley was going to have a good run, and I knew Hamer's a good athlete, but that was, I don't think any of us expected that. It was just a monster effort, and I think the drug testers better get on to him, I think, after that one, because it was huge. But I think the Box Hill boys are going to do really well this season.
Yeah, it sort of worked out the way I thought we would. Either close to the lead or leading into the last lap, because we had a great team, and I talked the talk, and unfortunately I didn't walk the walk. My first lap was alright, and then my last lap I just blew up. I don't know what happened, but a bit uncharacteristic of me. But at the same time, Hamer ran 17:39, so he had an absolute blinder, and I still would have needed to run 18:17 to hold him out. But second.
Is this a bit of a special day for you, Knox boys?
Yeah, well, I think the guys are all the guys I sort of grew up running with, training down at Knox under Richard Huggins when I was 16, 17, 18, and I was more excited about Jells relays than what I was about nationals last week. Just because it's an individual sport, and it's not very often we get to run with our mates and be on a team. So, I was really looking forward to it, and we had 6 really good even runners for Knox, and I thought we were a chance. So it talked it up, but no good.
Obviously, you are limited in your opportunities with your international commitments, but you do really seem to enjoy pulling on the Geelong colours.
Oh, it's good fun. I mean, we have a lot of banter between the other teams. I train with some guys that compete for Knox and Box Hill and those guys, so it's great to be able to race in a team environment for my hometown, which is obviously Geelong, against some of the best distance runners in Victoria running for their various home teams. So it's good fun. We have great banter, and it always brings out some really, really good performances, and there was some super talent on show here today and some great runs.
And here are the top 8 teams from our men's Division 1 race. In the women's Division 1 event, Glen Huntly were looking to continue their incredible unbeaten run after a perfect XCR'11 season. But Zoe Buckman clearly had other plans as she took the early lead for Knox. By the halfway mark, Buckman still held the Division 1 lead, but it was 2008 Olympian Victoria Mitchell who had moved into the overall lead to have her Division 2 Ballarat region team heading the field. Glen Huntly's Erica Fountain was back in second for the Division 1 women, with Tracy Austin of the Malvern Harriers in third and Diamond Valley's Lauren Crow in fourth. With a time of 20 minutes 30, Mitchell would tag first overall and finish as the fastest female competitor for the day, a stat that bodes well for her London campaign given the quality of the field. Putting their 1500 metre rivalry aside for the day, Buckman and Kayla McKnight joined forces in a formidable combination for Knox, McKnight taking the outright lead in the second leg and continuing to stretch away from the field. Corinna Fife took the tag to hold second place for Glen Huntly, with Malvern and Box Hill still in third and fourth at the change.
Yeah, likewise. How are your Chargers doing today? Oh, thank you.
With Knox's top-line distance talent having done the damage early, it was now time for one of its rising 1500-metre stars to step up, Melissa Duncan taking the tag from McKnight. 5 passed off to reigning XCR champion Anna Thompson, with Glenn Huntley still in second, but it was now Box Hill and APS United who occupied third and fourth, thanks to the efforts of Julie Norney and Sophie Ryan. With Knox well clear entering the final change, it was left to Karen Thorpe to bring things home. Glenn Huntley's Sarah Lund left with the unenviable task of trying to reel in the deficit.
In the middle.
With the damage done early, Thorpe crossed to take victory for Knox by over 1.5 minutes and end Glenn Huntley's run of dominance in emphatic style. Despite a near disastrous encounter approaching the line, Lund kept her footing to secure second for the Hunters, with a big gap back to APS United in third place.
Mel, the Knox Division 1 women's team are hard to beat on any day, but really at full strength today.
Yeah, we did really well. It was pretty exciting to have 2 Olympians in our team, and everyone ran well, which is good. And yeah, Zoe's first run as well for our club, so that was pretty exciting.
How did you see she went out there today?
Good. I think she enjoyed it. So it was pretty tough, I think, first cross-country course, but she said she enjoyed it, and her time was pretty fast as well, so good.
You've ended Glenn Huntley's run of dominance today. What's the target now for Knox for the season?
I think it's going to be a bit hard because I think some of the girls going overseas and they've got other things on, but I suppose, yeah, that's the aim. We'll see how we go, though.
And here are our top 8 teams from the Women's Division 1 race. XCR'12 continues on Saturday, May 5th, with round 2 at Balnarring Racecourse on the Mornington Peninsula. For more information, visit www.athvic.org.au. Thanks for tuning in and keep watching Athvic TV.